It's your boy, the one Joey V.
This is Boss Dog Cigars.
This is Quentin Moore chilling in the Cigar Lounge. Have a drink with your boys and tune in. Yeah.
Before we get into this interview, I've been smoking this cigar, and I'm sure I've said it wrong at least 20 or 30 times. It's the 36 centimeter. How do you say this?
Well, the short form is RVGN, but the RVGN is short for Rauchvergnügen. That is German.
I've been saying it wrong. I know I've been saying it wrong. I've been pronouncing it Rauchvergnügen. I was like Rouge. I know I'm saying it wrong.
Yeah, it's Rauch. It's German for smoke. Pleasure of smoking.
Okay. Well, see, learn something new every day. I don't know any German, so that's my German lesson.
Now you know.
I was walking past. So it was in a stand-up humidor in my cigar lounge, and I was like, I never had this before. And I grabbed a couple and I tried them. I said, shit, this is pretty good.
Thank you.
And I tagged you up. I had to look you up. So let's get into first. How did you get into cigars?
That was funny because originally I'm an IT guy, and we were sitting with some friends together and were thinking about, is there any other way to earn money than boring IT? And we came to cigars, and I was looking at the cigar market. And for me, I'm a always-on guy. I like modern things, modern brands, and there was no cigar representing my interests. So we looked at the market and we said, there it is. And then we started with Rauchvergnügen, with the blend. Started slowly. That was in 2016, started in the German market, and then in 2018 we managed to get into the US market. And since then, we are growing slowly. It's still a side business, but one day I hope to make it a full business and completely leave the IT behind and just focus on the cigars.
Okay. Now, it's interesting, man, because I saw German engineers, and I am a mechanic and I work on cars. So whenever I hear German engineering, I'm like, oh fuck, somebody over-engineered something. But I was pleasantly surprised with this cigar. I was like, oh, okay, they did it right. They did it. No, and don't get me wrong, guys. The BMW is great. Just a lot of electrical problems. But let's get into so where do you get your tobacco from? Like, where do you so I'm smoking right now. What is the filler, the binder, and the wrapper on this one?
May I be honest? What a boring question. Yeah. Because if I tell you what the filler, the binder, etc. is, what does it say to you? Basically nothing. Let me tell you a story of the cigar. Let me tell you how the experience of the cigar, and this is what we also do differently. You can look all the details, the technical details up. This what you have is a Dominican cigar. It's made at Inter Cigar. Was our first blend. But when I come into a cigar shop or retailer, I normally stand in front of these shelves and think, I have no idea what I should buy. I have no idea what interests me. The story of the cigar that we tell is you are in a race car on the Nürburgring racetrack on a beautiful sunny Sunday morning. Nürburgring racetrack goes all through the forest, all through the woods. So you've got wooden aromas, you've got spices, you've got alpine herbs, you've got a little bit of ginger, you've got a little bit of pepper in it. The cigar, the aromas, they sometimes take some curves. Some people like it. Some people put it away after some times because they say, okay, it just threw me out of the curve. Yeah. And that's the story behind the cigar.
Okay.
So we have a different approach to the cigar market. We do things differently. The cigar, you can't engineer a cigar because it's a hand-rolled long filler cigar. But what we do is we engineer the taste and we engineer the experience.
Okay. Yeah, because I will say this, it has a very unique, some of the tasting notes that I've tasted, I haven't tasted it in any other cigar that I've had. I've had a few cigars and I haven't tasted them. I haven't tasted some of these notes, and I was like, wow, this is surprisingly fucking good. you know.
Thank you.
And my buddy had it. He said the same thing, and like we tried a lot of cigars, and I'm like, this is very, very unique. So my question is, like, I know you set out to be different, right? How many blends did you go through before you say, or did you know, like, this is what I want? This is the experience that I want with my cigar. This is it. Or did you have to like find it?
We started with this cigar. And we usually talk to the guys that make the cigars. We have one Dominican cigars in our range, and we have two Nicaraguan cigars.
Mm-hmm.
And the Nicaraguan cigars were blended by Claudio Scroy. He's the former head of Mombacho, and he knows Nicaraguan tobacco very well, and he's a blending genius. So we started talking with them, and we said, okay, we've got this blend now. What we don't have is a light to medium blend that has sweetness in it. And what we also don't have is a dark Maduro blend that gives me a little bit of comfort. So he said, okay, yeah, wrote down what we talked about. And then he went, blended cigars. Then he came with some blends to us. And then I smoked them. And I was like, wow. And it was, with both cigars, was one blend that caught me. And then I was sitting there and thinking about, okay, how would you describe that? And the Connecticut blend, the lighter blend, this is a Connecticut binder. It has a sweetness in it. It's not an infused sweetness. It's the tobacco sweetness. And it was like, I was sitting there and says, this cigar is not from Earth, but it is a break-in into a pastry shop. Yeah, like cream and honey and nuts and all those molasses and cinnamon and all these things that you get when you have a German piece of cake. And I said, okay, now I've got the story behind it. And the story behind it is you are on a spaceship at light speed far beyond the next galaxy, and your friendly android serves cake. Mm-hmm. And the cigar blend is called Raumzeit, which is German for space-time.
Okay.
And it just fits perfectly. It comes perfectly together.
Okay. But I like how you just come up. You should have been an author, man.
At least it will, when you see it in the store, it will catch your eye and it will catch your interest. And you will, you see, we had this discussion here yesterday. In the moment I'm in Dallas at Industrial Cigars. And we had this discussion here yesterday. Every palate is different. I can also tell you what's in the cigar. I can tell you the blend. I can tell you the details of it. But you will probably taste something completely different than I do. Or you will find different aromas than I do. But it is still the same experience. And the experience is not from this world. And it is just cake, sweetness, sweet aromas. Yeah.
Okay, they should have been an author.
And the third blend was even more interesting. That's the one I'm smoking right now. That is, this is a pre-production. It's called Autonom. We did the lineup for this. We said, okay, we have this blend. I know I'm going to make a Robusto, but what will be the other size? And I personally like Churchills and like Coronas, the smaller sizes, and I know a lot of people who like Perfectos. So we were thinking, yeah, okay, let's ask everybody. So we made a 3-pack called the lineup with one Churchill, one Perfecto, this one, and one Corona. And then we produced 1,500 of these packages. We sold them. And in the package and also on our Instagram, there was a card to a website where you could vote for the format.
Yeah.
So we let everybody vote. The Perfecto won by more than 50%. So we produced the Perfecto.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a little bit also what we want to do. We want to get a little bit closer to the community. We don't want to be in an ivory tower. We want to know what you want to have, what you like. Yeah, and this blend, it's a Maduro blend, dark Maduro. It's an Ecuadorian Maduro. It's made in Nicaragua. It has Nicaraguan filler and binder.
Okay.
And when I smoked this, I was sitting there and thinking, oh, it has great aromas, fruit, and then it tastes like comforting me. It tastes like giving me a hug.
Okay.
So the story behind this cigar is, and we made it. We had it made for the darker moments in life. You know, everybody has this. Yeah, you had a shit day, and you just want to go home, have a cigar, don't talk to anybody, have a cigar, have a drink. That's it. Yeah, positive thinking brought you there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or you didn't like the job anyway. Or for me, the night is young and you're not. Yeah, that is the moment that we are talking about. So this moment then, this cigar for the darker moments, the story is back in the rolling hills of home, the oven's still warm, childhood memories in the air. Childhood memories in the air, all is well.
Yeah.
That is the experience. It is a comforting cigar. It gives you pleasure. It gives you heart. So we're doing things differently.
Okay. I like that story. So with the other sizes, do you ever think you're going to produce the other sizes, or you're just going to roll out with that one for right now?
We have, and this is something that we do, we have a playground, and you can see it maybe here. It is called autonom, German for autonomous. This is our playground. This is where we make different sizes for our cigars that we normally do not sell, or that, for example, I personally love Lanceros. I can't produce Lanceros because I don't sell enough Lanceros. So what we do is we produce a Lancero out of the Rauchvergnügen blend or out of the Raumzeit blend, and we call it autonom. We produce 1,000 pieces of them. We pack them in 10 packs. When they're gone, they're gone. When my personal stash is gone, we reproduce them.
Okay.
That's a good thing about making cigars.
Oh, let me ask you. So how hard is it to make these cigars? And like, do you keep a box for yourself, or you keep some for yourself? You got to keep some for yourself, right?
Yeah, we develop the branding, we develop everything around it, and we rely really on good people. We rely on a good blender, we rely on our production facilities. In Nicaragua, it's Tabacaleria Tambor. And you have to bring all the bits and pieces together. This is our job. And my co-founder, Klaas, he's a graphic designer. He does all the design of the brand, of the cigars. We're working on this constantly. We're improving this constantly. We're trying to soak in the information that I get, talking to you, talking here in the lounge to people, and bring it all together to create one great cigar experience for everybody. Yeah. Okay. On my website, I have a link to a music list on Spotify. You may like it. You may not.
Yeah, I saw that. I went on and I saw that. Yeah.
A little on my personal taste when it comes to smoking a cigar. It's modern music. It's not Latin American something like everybody is playing. It is modern music, but it's soothing music, and it's stuff that you can easily listen to while smoking a cigar.
Okay. So what are your, like, you trying to expand into America? I see you at industrial. Are you trying to expand your American market? Like, what, do you have any other trips while you're here in America, like besides industrial?
We are in America because the market is big, and the average smoker here is 10 years younger than in Germany.
Oh,
and
okay.
The market is much more interested in new brands, in new stuff, in interesting sizes, interesting new brands, and also in interesting new blends. So it is open. It is open-minded for cigars. Yeah, but we are expanding. We are in the moment we have expanded. We are selling in Germany and in the US, and we are in the moment in expanding into the Middle East and also into India.
Okay. So now, because I don't know anything. Go ahead. What was you going to say?
It's the thing about German engineering. Yeah, in Germany they will immediately ask me, "What did you engineer with a cigar?" When I tell them it's the taste that we engineer and it's the overall experience that we engineer, they say, "Yeah, okay." They're Germans.
Yeah, listen,
They
that's what I was going to ask you.
want to know the details, all the details.
That's what I was going to ask you. What is the typical German smoker? Can you describe him? Describe him or her for me.
It's about my age, maybe 5 years older. And many Germans smoke Cuban cigars. They are still fans of Cuban cigars. Big community in Germany. Some people who solely smoke Cuban cigars. And so you have to fight against Cuban cigars, and you have to break into this business. And also, what's the point in Germany is you have a fixed price system. So the retailer has to sell the price that is on the box. It has to sell the price. So they can't just sell it off if it doesn't go. So they're very reluctant to take in new cigar brands that they don't know, that don't have a standing, that don't have 90 points or so somewhere. Yeah, that makes it a bit hard to get into the market.
Yeah, now how are the taxes over there on tobacco?
Sorry, come again?
How are the taxes there over there on tobacco?
The taxes are not really high. They are not really high. I would say the pricing is the same as here without your taxes, but we do not have a tax system like you have here in the US. We have one tax, a federal tax, period. We don't have state taxes. So the price for the cigar, whether you buy the North Germany, South, East, West, is all the same.
Sheesh. Yeah, we gotta do something about that there, because you go up to New York, you get double. Like I think they charge 75% taxes up in New York, but in Pennsylvania there are no taxes. Here there's 8%. Texas there's no, so it varies so much here.
Yeah, but it is.
That's crazy.
When you look at when you compare the US to Germany, it's completely different. But when you compare it to Europe, it is even more difficult, because I can't just ship my cigars to France or to Italy, because each and every state or country in Europe, they have different regulations. Some of them only allow great packages or covered packages. In some states, like in Italy, we're working with Italy, but they have to get a license for each and every cigar they sell. That costs money. So the state has to say, yeah, you're allowed to sell this cigar. Yeah. And that makes things difficult when you want to cross borders in Europe. Normally it's one open market, but not when it comes to cigars. Okay,
cool. He said it's basically easier to transport it here than most European countries.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Here, I just have one storage facility. We our distributor is Illusione, so we have one storage facility in Reno, and we cover the whole American market from there. In Germany, I have one storage facility where I get my cigars. I can transfer them through the EU, but before I sell them, I need to meet the local requirements. We have these huge warning stickers on our boxes. And they have to be in the local language. In Germany, I have them in German. In France, I would need them to be in French. In Italy, I need them to be in Italian.
Okay. Okay, because I know we're going through a little thing here with the regulations. They're trying to get a little stiffer with some of the regulations. So we're trying to fight back what they're trying to do here. So do you think that, like, does that impact, like, or are you cheering for certain situations here? Because I know some of these regulations will definitely impact your business, your cigar here.
I think so. But there again, we have to rely on good people here. So we have to rely on our distributors to tell us what we need to do, what kind of regulations we need to meet, things like that. So it works out. I hope that it will not kill our business, but this is the reason why I'm also expanding into other countries, or trying to expand in other countries. So you just can't stand on one leg.
True.
We are a small brand. We're still a very small brand. We're still a startup, and it's still a secondary business for me and for my business partner. But we hope to live from it or start living from it within a, let's say, 2-year time frame. And it's looking good. I'm optimistic.
I mean, like I said, it's a good cigar, and the people I suggested to tried it and said, "Yeah, it's a good cigar."
Yeah.
So I definitely think you will once we get more people to try it. But yeah, because actually, when I first bought your cigar, it was like 3 boxes. They had the the longer ones, the Lancero ones. What was it? 42.
42.
42.
Yeah.
42 centimeters. Yeah, those sold out. I'm gonna get those today. They was like, yeah, we sold out of those. So I think they had a couple more of these. Yeah. So I grabbed like, it was like 10 more of these. So I grabbed 3 of them real quick. And what's the smaller one? Oh, what's the smaller one? It's the 30 to the 8.
The 42. You have Corona?
Yeah.
You have Corona?
Yeah. And those are running low. So they're selling them out.
They work well, but it's interesting when you smoke the Robusto, which is the 42. The 42, by the way, stands for 42 cubic centimeters. That's the volume of the cigar. Yeah, we're Germans. We measure in metrics, and we measure the combustion.
I mean, well,
cigar.
most of the world measure in metric, and for some reason we said, "Fuck it, we doing standard." America. I don't know why.
I have an American V8 at home. It's $3.89, and I know what that means. So I'm used to it a little bit, but it's still we are measuring everything in metrics. So, but what I wanted to say is the 42, the Robusto. When you compare it, the same blend, the 18, the half Corona, which is a 40 by 3.5. It's a different experience. Yeah, it's a smaller race car, but it's a tough race car. Yeah, it has a tougher suspension. The first thing you get a whiff of pepper. You have to get through that whiff of pepper. If you don't like pepper, you will put it away immediately, more or less. But when you're over this whiff of pepper, when you got used to that race car, then it's a fantastic small cigar.
It is.
What kind of cigar are you smoking? Which one are you smoking?
I'm smoking this is 30. Which one is this? This is the 36. Yeah, this is the 36.
That's the 36, yeah. And that's 36. A nice one.
I do have some of those. I got some of them 18s because those are like my lunch break. When I go on lunch break, I know I can smoke one of those and I won't overshoot my lunch break.
Yeah.
So
but that's a nice one because it's a 60 ring gauge. It's a 4-inch torpedo with a 60 ring gauge. That's a very nice format. I like the format. It doesn't sell well, pity, but every cigar that we take out of the production because it doesn't sell well, we can always bring back as an autonom because we have some of these formats who really have fans outside there. And they asked us, could you please bring it back? We had a 64. We still have some in stock. We have the 64 cubic centimeters. It's a real Monte Cristo A format. It's 9.25 inch by 47. So it's a real cigar. It will take you 2 hours to smoke it. It's a fantastic cigar.
Is it on your website?
Yeah.
I got about it.
Sale.
You sold. So
we still have a few, but when they're gone, they're gone, and they'll probably be coming back one day as autonom. Then in our playground, limited edition, out they go.
Okay. Well, you sold me on it. I'm gonna see if you still got some. I want it. I am sold on that one. I definitely want it. I like the Lanceros with the bigger ring gauges, because sometimes when I'm sitting down having a conversation, sometimes we have a conversation, you can run through a lot of cigars. And you don't pay no attention until you look in your humidor. You're like, fuck, I smoked 4 cigars? So I like the Lancero with the longer one.
But many people get afraid with those large sizes. It was interesting. We made I shoot a question out to our retailers and asked them, okay, I have a Robusto, a Toro, 6-inch by 52, or a Churchill, 7-inch by 47. Technically, they're the same size. Yeah, so they have the same volume. They would have the same hashtag number on our bands. But I asked them which one sells better, and 98% of our retailer says the Toro. And then I asked them why. Yeah, it doesn't make sense for me. I personally love the Churchill much more than I love the Toro. I believe it's a nicer format, but it's just personal. And they said many people are afraid of the size. It just is this additional inch that makes them maybe think, I don't have the time for that.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah,
so it's just image.
Yeah, I talked to guys to sell cigars. That's the first they say. They said Toros are the biggest sellers here. And I'm like, I don't know. Like I said, I like the bigger ring gauges. Because like I said, if you smoke 3 or 4 cigars, like you're smoking more than you're smoking with that one cigar. So I never understood that. Like, I'm like, you smoke 3 cigars in one sitting. Like, so, like, you're smoking more than what you would smoke with this one. And they're quicker. So why wouldn't you just smoke it? But like you said, I guess it is the South. Everybody I talked to said the Toro's the best sellers, especially up here.
Yes, it is. It is the best seller. And I mean, I can understand it. It's a very nice format to smoke. And if I'm used to it, if I like it, then yeah, good with me. Cigar smoking is for me, it's all about pleasure. It's all about tranquility. It's all about sitting down, cutting out some time. I do not smoke many cigars. Not what people think. I make cigars, but I do not smoke so many cigars because I always want to cut out the time. I want to have the tranquility. I don't want to do anything else but smoking a cigar. Maybe listening to music or so, but I wouldn't work and smoke a cigar. And so then I'm picky. Then I'm becoming picky with that. But it's all a personal experience. It's all a personal favorite. And what we try is we're trying to lead you in a way where we think this is a great cigar. Even if you don't know the format, try it. But also, okay, if you like Toros, yeah, certainly we offer you some Toros.
So let me ask you this: outside of your cigar, what other? Because I know you say you don't smoke a lot. So outside of your cigar, what would be another cigar that you would pick up? Another brand you pick up?
Oh, that's a good question. I've got lots of brands that I like. One other brand that always catches me is Principal Cigars.
Yeah.
They make wonderful stuff, and also Gran Habano.
I do love Grand Habano. I got a couple of them in the humidor.
Yeah.
And a nice price point too. It's like yours. You got a nice price point.
My preference is aromatic complexity. I don't like strong cigars. I don't like nicotinic cigars. When somebody tells me you should have eaten before you smoke this, then I normally say that's not for me. So for me, it's more the aromatic complexity, and this is what we do with our cigars. I always ask Claudio, our blender, no matter what you do, it's medium, at maximum medium plus. Weltschmerz is a little bit medium plus, but it has to catch me. I want to be able to smoke a box of my own cigars without getting bored. I want to find new things each and every time. I know cigar brands, they have like 6 or 7 lines or maybe less, but they have one specific direction where the aromatic experience goes or where the flavor goes. Some of them I like, so it's a good fallback position for me. I can grab this brand and I know what they do. I like them. But I also have some of them where I say, I don't like the basic flavors that they have. So I can't find even one in their line that suits me. Yeah, and sometimes this is a pity. And we're trying to put up some broad spectrum. So if you don't like the Weltschmerz blend, then you might like Rauchvergnügen or you might like Raumzeit. Yeah.
I'm glad you told me. So
if you like all of them, I'm good with it.
You know, like I said, picked up your cigar, and I was pleasantly surprised. Now I'm definitely gonna go on the website and order, because I be seeing y'all posting on IG, and I saw when you posted like when some of the newer ones was coming out. I was like, oh man, I gotta try these. I gotta go on the website and get me some of these. So I definitely gotta try some more. I gotta try some more. Like the people that have tried it, that I suggested, they like them. Great cigars. And once you get into like more stores and stuff, you're definitely gonna be good, because it's a good cigar. Good cigar, good sizes. So I thoroughly enjoy it. And the transition, like you said, the transition. I've had cigars that I've paid $15 for, and it was just a consistent smoke. And at 15, I don't want a consistent smoke. I want some transitions. So I had cigars that I thought should have been $7 or $8 that cost about 15 to 20, and I was like, the transition sucks. Like if I'm paying $7 or $8 and it's a constant smoke, I'm not mad. But if I pay anything over $11, I want some transitions. I want some type of complexity.
Yeah. You want to find something new in it each and every time. And if it's just one flavor that you pick up and you say, I haven't had this last time. Yeah, it might be the time of the day, might be the drinks you have with it, might be your mood. Yeah. But this is for me, this is what makes cigar smoking. It's not just smoking a cigar, it's experiencing a cigar. It's experiencing a aroma that I can't find anywhere else.
Yeah. When I first got this, and I tried the first initial of light up. Initially, I was like, what is this? What am I tasting? What is this? So I was just trying to sit there and figure out what is this I'm tasting.
We have a flavor wheel for that. We made a flavor wheel for that, and I use this regularly. I use it because I have the same thing. I'm sitting there and say, I know what this is, but I can't name it. And then this flavor wheel that we have, that helps me a lot. That give me, it's something in the grassy thing. Yeah, it's hay. It's just dry hay, or it's a nut. But what kind of nut?
Yeah, because it bothers me. I spend the whole day like, what was I tasting? What was that? I was spending the whole day trying to figure out what that was. So I definitely gotta get that flavor wheel, because like I said, the transitions was great, and I do like that. And it's a good price. I think this one was only like $7.50 here. So I was like, okay.
What drinks do you pair with cigars?
It depends. Bourbons, mostly whiskeys. Sometimes I have a rum, sometimes just tea, but mostly bourbon.
Yep, that's good. That's good.
Once in a while, I
do the same. Bourbon and whiskey is my style. Unpeated whiskey, because I love Scotch whiskey, but I only love the unpeated ones when it comes to cigars, because it's all the peat and the cigar smoke. It's overwhelming.
Yeah, I do love the peat. Sometimes I get the islet too, though.
Yeah, and as you said, tea is a great companion for a cigar. Yeah, or also coffee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes I get an islet, but yeah, I mostly stick to bourbon, or peated. But they do have a beer that they make here. It's from I'm originally from Chicago. It's Goose Island Bourbon County Stout. So they age it in bourbon barrels, and it pairs well. It pairs really well with cigars.
That's good. I found that wine, for example, red wine, many people pair red wine with cigars. I found it difficult. You have to find a heavy red wine to stand beside the cigar and not falling back, beside the aromas of the cigar not falling back. I know that people have made cigars and wine in a optimized pairing. I like that very much. But in the end, for me, it comes down to whiskeys, to bourbons. Sometimes I also pair, that's also an interesting thing, I pair, it's a French drink, it's called Cointreau. It's an orange, it's a liquor. It's made from oranges, but it's very sweet.
I know what that is.
And the sweetness of the Cointreau, that works very often very well with cigars like that maybe a little bit more on the darker side from the aromas.
Okay.
And it adds up. It adds some oranges, some sweetness, if the cigar lacks sweetness.
Okay. I'm about to give it a try. Definitely give it a try. Give it a try. All right, so before I get out of here, why don't you tell the people where they can get your cigars from and give them your social media information.
The social media is easy. You just have to look up for Cigar Engineers. You can find us on Facebook, you can find us on Instagram, you can find us on Twitter, all under the handle Cigar Engineers. You can also find our website either at GermanEngineeredCigars in one word.com or at cigarengineers.com. Yeah, we try to make it as easy as possible. We also have a list of retailers on our website. We are working with 2 online retailers. Just check our website. And mostly we're trying to sell mostly through brick and mortar stores, because I believe in retailers. I believe in local retailers, because I think a brand like ours needs a little bit of explanation, needs a little bit of introduction. So we stick it to just very little online and trying to win more and more local retailers.
Okay. I did see that new. I saw your new logo too. I saw it when y'all unveiled it. I was like, okay, okay.
Sorry, again, come again.
The new logo you dropped with the 3. Like, yeah, I was like, oh, I like that.
Yep.
I like that.
We already got some feedback for that. It was very positive, because we said, okay, yeah, German engineered cigars. We need something that makes it easy to find, easy to identify. And I mean, we got those complicated German names that are not easy to pronounce. I understand that. But yeah, we're working on making it very easy to get to our cigars and make it very easy to enjoy our cigars and to get a perfect experience for a good hour.
Okay. All right. Well, how much longer are you in America for?
Sorry again?
How much longer are you in America for?
I'm here for just a few days. As I said, I'm in Frisco, Texas, here at Industrial Cigars, one of our finest retailers. If you ever come here, really, and I'm really, when I came here first time, I was overwhelmed of the friendliness, of the service they give you as a cigar smoker. They have a fantastic humidor. They're just mostly made out of small brands. They teach their clients how to smoke a cigar. So I'm here. We had a session yesterday. I'll be leaving the US tomorrow.
Yeah.
Before I came here, I was in Esteli, visiting the factory, talking to people, seeing what they do, discussing new ideas. We're full of new ideas, and we'll be coming up with new stuff very soon. We're also working on new blends. We're working on new packaging and new formats. So just follow us. The logo was just the first of a lot of new things that we're coming up with. We are a small brand, but we want to move into the market. We want to surprise you a little bit sometimes, but we want to give you the impression that this is just a great experience, and they're helping me making it a great experience.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, it has been a pleasure talking to you, sir. I thank you for giving us your time. Everybody, make sure y'all follow. Get the cigar.
Thank you for listening to my German English.
I enjoy listening to people who make cigars. I talk to a lot of it. Your stories are always great to me, and I'm definitely going at 64. I got to get that 64. I got it. I'm ordering that tonight. I need that 64 in my life.
That is a check with our online retailers. Why not naming them? One is Small Batch Cigars.
Yeah, I got a couple. And I got the Cast the Jilly off them. They got a lot of cigars that I can't find anymore.
They're out in orange, and the other is Luxury Cigar Club.
Okay, yeah, Luxury. That's how my buddy got one of your cigars off of Luxury.
Yeah. So they should have it. Excuse me. They should also have the 64. Get some. Okay. We still have some in stock, but not many. So if you like them, stock up a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know when they'll be back.
Oh, okay. I definitely will. Well, thank you, sir. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
You have a good night.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thanks for having me. And
No problem.
yeah, it's great. Let's talk in a year and see where we are.
Definitely. All right. Well, thank you, sir. I'm going to go ahead and let you finish up with your night, man. You have a good night.
Thank you.